Welcome back to another episode of the Scale Smart podcast. I'm your host Jacob and also the CEO and founder of NetScale Growth. Today I have the pleasure of being joined by Igor, the CEO of IT Delight. Igor, thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Thank you, Jacob. It's a pleasure for me to participate here.
Amazing. So Igor, just start us off before we get into talking. Tell me a little bit more about yourself and what do you guys do at IT Delight?
Jacob, thank you for asking. So, my name is Igor. I'm a head of IT Delight, a web development company focused on e-commerce. We are working in the e-commerce field since 2012, helping merchants to increase their revenue to build their online stores. Basically, we've been a Ukrainian company, but right now we're trying to be as international as possible. So actually, we have around 70 employees right now, and we're focusing on three technologies: Magento, Shopware, and Shopify. And talking about our markets, we are working pretty hard in European Union, and right now we are doing a lot to expand our business in the United States.
Amazing. And you mentioned there about having over 70 employees since, and obviously you guys have been founded since 2012. So what have been some of the most significant challenges you've faced in scaling the company, particularly in maintaining the quality and cohesion across the international teams that you've got?
Jacob, thank you for this question. That's a very important question. Actually, the most challenging year was 2022 when the war began between Russia and Ukraine began. So for us, it was super difficult to maintain our business, to evacuate our employees, to evacuate their families from eastern part of Ukraine. And our head office was located in Kharkiv, just 80 kilometers to Russian border, to evacuate those people to western part, our people, our employees to western part of Ukraine and to the European Union. That was the biggest challenge. Also, let me mention that 2012 was also difficult. I mean, the COVID times. So we faced a significant drop of our business in the quarter two. But later on, there was a 2020, and that year was great for our business.
Amazing. And what was different between them years in terms of 2021? What did you think you got right in 2021, which made it such a great year?
Well, that was a great year for e-commerce growth, and we decided to go in the right ways. We decided to start consulting our clients, not to be just an average web development company that is providing like estimations and we can do whatever you want. So we decided to start helping merchants to solve their main pain point, and their main pain point is revenue. And how can we improve here? How can we bring value by increasing the conversion rate? So we know how to increase the loading speed, how to optimize the loading speed for Magento. We know how to improve the UI UX. We know how to suggest merchants to use those extensions or that extensions that can significantly increase the conversion rate and bring additional value and revenue to merchants. That's our key to success.
hmm Yeah, and I run my own e-commerce business as well, aside from my business development company, and we started in 2022. So just after like the phase, like everyone splashed into e-commerce. So there was definitely a big increase everywhere you looked. It was e-commerce, Shopify, this, that. So yeah, I can imagine how
Yeah.
2021 was a really good year for you. Uh, Now, with e-commerce development space being really highly competitive, how do you guys at IT Delight differentiate yourself to stay ahead, especially with the services which you offer, like Magento and Shopware development?
So yeah, as I mentioned before, our key is to consult. So right now we're trying to provide a free consultation to every merchant that we are facing and trying to provide some recommendations how to improve their business, how to make their businesses more profitable. That's our key. And also we're facing a lot of adjustments from the AI world. I know that that will be your next question. So yeah, if you don't mind, let me also cover that. So we're trying to use AI Copilot to help our developers being as cost effective as possible to solve the task as soon as possible. And also there are a few great extensions, especially for shopware, that are using AI to help shoppers to buy more. And we're recommending using them to our clients.
Okay, so on the topic of AI, right? How do you
Yeah.
see AI taking its role within e-commerce? Because obviously, being a founder myself, I've definitely saw a lot of time saving. I've definitely saw jobs getting lost as well. I've cut my
Yeah.
team pretty much in half because a lot of the stuff is automated now in terms of like product development, in terms of product sourcing. So, yeah, how do you think AI is going to take its role in e-commerce, and what are you guys doing at IT to like to incorporate AI more?
Well, from my angle with you, the most important part that can benefit with the using of AI is a marketing part. So right now there is no need to use a lot of human power to adjust videos or to write articles or to write the descriptions of, especially for big stores with thousands of SKU. You don't need right now a big team that will just spend a lot of time to write in something. Also, looking from the shopper's side, using of AI filters and recommendations could definitely help shoppers to spend less time and to be more effective in finding the needed goods, especially on big marketplaces like Amazon, whatever.
And now looking at the future of the industry, right? Given your experience within the e-commerce field, where do you see it heading within the next couple of years or so?
Well, from my angle with you, the AI could definitely improve our niche, our business. I still think that marketplaces will be growing. The big guys like Amazon, like eBay, they're gonna grow. Talking about private businesses, private stores, they would also be beneficial from the AI. And I still think that there is a space even for small businesses like mom and pops stores that are using Shopify. There are still space for mid-sized business for the guys that are using something like Magento or Shopware. And of course, we still have enterprise guys, companies like Nestle that are using Hybrids or Salesforce Commerce Cloud. So I don't think that there would be a lot of changes here, but I think that it would be easier to buy or to sell in the e-commerce world.
And these changes which are occurring, what are you guys doing at IT to like to make sure you're always staying ahead of these constant changes and you're not getting left behind in the space?
So we're spending a lot on investigation of new technologies. So we're trying to dive deeper of both of all of our technologies, I mean Magento, Shopify, and Shopware, to find what kind of extensions are already being made, how those extensions can inflict customers' businesses, how can they help merchants to sell more? How can they help shoppers to buy more? And of course, we are trying to be trying to look deeper into the technologies.
And what are some of the goals you guys have got for the company over the next 12 months, where in terms of product development, whether it's revenue growth, client acquisition?
Yeah, so right now we are rebuilding our lead generation strategy. We are trying to find new ways how to attract merchants. So our main strategy was a LinkedIn outreach, but right now with the using of a lot of AI tools, it's rather difficult to catch attention of your lead. So we're trying to think about good old ways of attracting leads like cold calling, like emails, and we're thinking how do we need to rebuild our lead generation department to be able to get more business and more revenue.
Amazing. And if people wanted to reach out to you, Igor, find out more about yourself or find out a little bit more about IT Delight, where's the best place for them to do that?
Can you repeat, please, this question?
If people wanted to find out a little bit more about yourself, find out a little bit more about IT Delight, where's the best place for them to do that?
Well, the best place is to visit our website, itdelight.io, and of course, my LinkedIn page, Igor Iemelianov at LinkedIn.
Perfect. Well, Igor, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great to talk about e-commerce, being from an e-commerce background myself, and how AI is going to take its toll. So thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob. It was a pleasure for me to participate here.
Amazing. Thank you again, Igor.
Thank you.